What's up, guys? I want to share something, a time in my life where I had a lot of money, like a lot of money, and I had the opportunity to turn it into a couple multi-million. But it's a long story how I got the money. For privacy purposes, I don't really want to go into how I made the money, but I was up about, at my peak, I was up about 90 to 100K. I had it split between Bitcoin and cash. So I had a lot of money sitting in cash, but I also had like 20 to 30K sitting in Bitcoin. Long story short, I felt like I was the king. I was at the time, and I, like, of all time, I gotta be like top 3, top 5 of people from my town to run up that kind of money. Like, I had a lot of money just sitting around. Well, I thought I was a king. I was flashing it. I was buying all this expensive shit. I was making myself a target, like, when I look back on it. But yeah, long story short, I was like 20, 21. No, I was 19 going on to 20 when it was really popping off. But when I was making the money, I was too flashy. Like, I always had to show everybody when I went to the ATM and pulled the money out. I had to show my location all the time. And luckily, nothing ever happened. Nobody robbed me. Nobody tried to kill me, even though they said they were going to. On fake numbers, they said they would. They never did. That shit would have ended bad. It could have ended bad for either me or them, to be honest. But I really felt like I was a king at the time. I felt like I was untouchable. Nothing could have happened to me, and luckily nothing did happen. But yeah, there was a wave going on. I took advantage of. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into how I made the money, but it's a quick lesson on, like, why I don't regret not taking the opportunity that I had at the time to turn into millions. But yeah, long story short, I was up like 80 to 110K. And I was in a Telegram chat where, like, a lot of us were doing the same thing. We were all doing the same method of how to make 500 to 1,000 a day. Like, that was really the wave. Like, we were making like 500 to 1,000 a day. And I remember that there was one point where there was a guy in my Telegram chat. Mind you, none of us knew each other in real life. We all used anonymous names, and yeah, like, we didn't even really know each other. But there was this one guy. There was a guy in my Telegram chat. Cool guy from, like, I used to message him here and there. Like, we would share methods and shit like that to make money. And he said, so boom, we were all sending pictures of our money in the chat, like the money that we made that year in the chat. It was like December of 2020. We were all sending what we made that year. I showed them my Bitcoin wallet, and then I showed them like the cash I had sitting in my room. And he private messaged me outside of the group, and I'm just gonna call this guy. I'm not gonna call him by what his Telegram name was. I'm just gonna call him G or some shit. So G messaged me, and he said, "Yo, bro, all that money you just sent in the chat, that's good shit. That's good shit. What you did this year." I'm like, "Thank you, bro. You too," because he posted a picture too. He was like, "Yo, but I need you to do something, man. I really fuck with you out of everybody in the chat, because, like, you really seem like you got a good head on your shoulder." I'm like, "All right, what do you think I should do?" He said, "What I want you to do is, I want you to put 10K in this crypto coin called Solana, and I promise you, in a few months, you will be rich. You will have over $10 million. I said, "Bro, I'm not doing that. I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. I'm not putting 10K in nothing." The only thing I trusted at the time was Bitcoin. That was the only crypto I trusted. Like, I ain't know all the other ones. Like, it was 2020. Like, there wasn't a lot of cryptos really popping off except for it was Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin. Like they were like the main three. But yeah, he was telling me, bro, I'm begging you, please if you put 10K, because I had more money than him too at the time, and I'm not saying it to be cocky. I had more money than him, so he was trying to use my money as a tool to get me to another level. And like he didn't have that much to invest in the coin, but like he had like 10K or up, but he didn't. That was like all he had. He didn't want to risk all his money, but he was telling me to, like, it didn't really make sense to me. But long story short, mind you, Solana was like $2 to $3 at the time. $2 to $3 a coin. Right now it's low. It's like 100 something a coin, but not low compared to what it was then. But so I remember, boom, he told me put my money in Solana. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that. And he showed me this wallet. It's called Phantom Wallet. He's like, bro, if you change your mind, just put it in here. And I want you to do your own research on it. Don't just listen to me. I'm like, all right, bro. So at the time, like I said, I was flashy. I had to buy all the designer. I had bought a Maserati at the time. Like I was really living it up. The Maserati wasn't to be flashy though. I bought the Maserati because I was trying to do Turo. I was trying to do like an exotic car rental business. Because I knew the thing that I was doing, I knew it was slowing down. I knew that shit wasn't going to last forever. So I started going broke trying to put the money in something that's going to like become an asset for me and pay me. Like pay me over time. Like I should have bought a duplex or a house or something and turned it into an Airbnb, but that's another conversation for another day. Like I said, I don't even dwell on it no more. I don't have any regrets either. Like it is what it is. But he told me to put my money in it. I didn't listen. Months later, Solana went from $2 to $3 all the way to like $250 in the 2021 bull run. I didn't put nothing in it. I was only holding Bitcoin like a fucking idiot. But then he had sent his Phantom wallet in the chat, in the main Telegram chat that we were all in. He was like, he didn't say nothing. He just sent it in the chat. Then he messaged me, and he was like, he sent it to me, and he was like, I told you, bro. Did you put anything in it? Question mark. I said, nah, I didn't. He was like, look, bro, I only put 2,000 in it. Now look what it is. He had like 600K in that shit. And he could have pulled it out, turned it to cash, bought a house, whatever he wanted to do with it. He had 600K to his name at that point. So I'm like, damn. He was like, bro, if you put 10K in it at the time, and I did the math so many times, I don't remember the exact number. You could probably do the math, but if I would have paid 10K to buy however many shares at $2 to $3, once that shit turned into $250, I would have been up like 10 mil plus. I would have been up like double-digit millions for sure. And I used to dwell on that shit for years. Like that shit really hurt. That shit hurt me bad. Cause that was my ticket to get out. That was my ticket to become rich. I could have really been up. Like I had money, but I could have been on a whole different level. I could have been on a completely different level. Like I'd have been over everybody at the time. But that was the mindset I had. I wanted to always be over everybody. I don't know why, but I had to show everybody what I had and that I'm doing better than them. And in reality, I wasn't doing better than anybody. I didn't do anything with the money. I could have bought a house. I could have bought land. I could have kept flipping the land. But so I don't regret or dwell on any of that anymore. Because like when I look back on it, with all the millions that I could have made, with the mindset I had and how I was moving at the time, I could have died. I could either died, I would have got robbed, and that would have went good. That wouldn't have went good because if somebody would have robbed me, I would have killed them. Like straight up, I would have figured out who it was and killed them. Well, not to spin stories, but also around that time, my car got broken into. And that was another thing. Like they were trying to get me. They were trying, but nobody ever tried nothing to my face. That never happened, but yeah, my car got robbed. I had a shotgun in there. I had a Montclair coat. I had some Fendi clothes just laying around. But that was my dumbass fault though. I don't know why I left shit like that in the car anyway. But yeah, my mindset was fucked up at the time. Like, if I would have been up tens of millions, I probably would have stayed where I was in that same little town, and I would have just been, I would have been riding around in a fucking Lamborghini or some shit, just showing off, and that shit wouldn't have went good, because there was a lot of jealous people around me. I had my own cousin at the time. I ain't even gonna say no names, but my own cousin at the time was texting me off a fake number saying, I got people that want to rob you, da 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 da. Like, I'm trying not to let them do it. I'm like, bro, like, I ain't really gonna get into that, but long story short, I told all them people that was on fake numbers and acting jealous of me, like, ain't none of y'all gonna do shit. I'm gonna kill you if you even move the wrong way around me. But that was the mindset that would have got me in jail. It would have got me in jail or dead. Even though I had all that money, that shit didn't mean nothing with the mindset I had. The mindset I had, I would have died. I would not have made it here to see this story, to tell this story. But yeah. Now the mindset I have now is like, if I had that kind of money now, I would be quiet about it. I would be nowhere near the person I was back then. Because now I just want to live a quiet life. I want to get a house, and I'm just doing shit the right way. And I feel like I wasn't getting the money the right way, so God put like put me down back to earth. So, but yeah, with all that money wouldn't have meant anything with the mindset I had. Because I would have just been an even bigger target. That would have eventually, somebody would have tried to rob me to my face. Because when they broke in my car, it was probably like 3 or 4 a.m. I'm asleep, and nobody heard anything because I had tint on my car. So when they broke the window, I'm assuming that shit was quiet as fuck. Nobody probably heard that shit. Still don't know who it was. If I ever figured out who it was, I don't know if I would go after him. I could easily do something to somebody, but then now I'm gonna throw away everything that I just built. Cause I rebuilt myself from the ground up. I went broke, I lost it all because I started gambling the money on other shit. It wasn't really a gamble. It was another risky thing I was doing, but you had to use a lot of money to try to make a lot of money back. But yeah, I don't have any regrets, because my plan now is to get it the right way and to be quiet about it. Like right now, I got my CDO. I'm making more money than the average 9-to-5 worker, and I have an end goal with this. I got a plan to get out. I want to start my own business eventually, get my own truck. I got a guy I went to CDO school with. He's making $1,000 a day with a dump truck. I got a cousin making $8,000 a week with his own truck. So there's ways to do it the right way. And when I do it the right way this time, I'm not gonna be all flashy and shit like how I was. Like, I got a girlfriend now that keeps my mind on the right track. We got plans to live a long, healthy life together, a future, have some kids. I'm not gonna bring any kids into the world with like the mindset that I had. But yeah, I'm on a whole different path right now compared to what that was. But yeah. Moral of the story is, if I would have listened to that guy, if I would have listened to that random guy in my Telegram chat, I could have turned 10K into 10 million. If you don't believe me, look at the timeline. Go on Coinbase or CoinMarketCap.com and look at the price of what Solana was. The coin is called Solana. It was like $2 to $3 in 2020, at the end of 2020. Then go to mid 2021. If you think I'm lying, go to mid 2021. Shit was like $250 at the peak of the bull run. So could have turned 10K into 10 million plus. But I don't regret it no more. Like I said, I didn't have the right mindset with that money. That money wouldn't have meant anything because I would have died, or I would have went to jail, defended myself. I would have went to jail, defended myself, or I would have died. So that's how I look at it. The good thing is I learned a lot of lessons, because I went broke. I lost all the money at one point. I made it back, lost it again, trying to gamble on shit to make the money back. Like I was really trying to turn the money into something that's going to be an income stream for me. But obviously the exotic car rental shit didn't work. Should have listened to my dad at the time. He pointed out a couple houses to me. He was showing me land that I should have bought to turn the money clean and have income coming off that money for the rest of my life. I didn't listen. All I cared about was being flashy. That's the only thing I cared about. All I cared about was showing everybody that I was doing better than them. When in reality, I wasn't. I was an idiot with money. That's how I look at it. I was an idiot with money. Could have turned the money into millions. I didn't do it. But I used to dwell on it for years. Since 2021. But I don't really care anymore. Like life could be worse right now. Life could be a lot worse. Like I have my CDO, and like I said, I'm making more than the average 9-to-5 worker. I can't really be mad, and I have a plan in my head. I got a blueprint mapped out of what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy my own truck eventually. I want to buy land, put a house on it, flip it, buy land again, put a house on it, flip it, and keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then get my own house, live in it, get comfortable in my own house, have a family with my girlfriend, and call it a life. But yeah, next time around, when I touch money like that the right way, I'm not going to be that same kind of person. But yeah, that really sums that all up. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting something about the story, because there's something I'm forgetting. I'm going to remember once I end the video, but I wish I could remember now. I basically summed it all up though. But yeah, I'll get into more story times whenever I come up with something. But this was like one of the, I would say, like a peak moment in my 20s. This was a peak moment in my 20s where I had money like that. I had the opportunity to become a millionaire, but it didn't need to happen at that time. At that time, that could not have happened. Everybody I loved, I was putting them on the line. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on doing it the right way now. That's all I really can do. But thanks for listening. I hope y'all enjoyed the story, and I'll talk to y'all.